Can you export your no-code app and not tied to a certain platform? That's a question we get all the time, and we're going to answer it right now. To begin, we're going to just put it out there. Can you export? It depends. I know, but it's true. It depends on the platform and what they have in their features. To find this out, you can either ask support or look in the features. For example, we're looking at Flutter Flow. If you haven't used Flutter Flow, it is a platform where you can create low-code and no-code app easily. If we go to the pricing tab, and then we go to the free, standard, and pro plan. If we look at the standard plan, right here it says download your source code. As you build in Flutter Flow, you automatically create the code for your app. With one click, you can download your source code. So anything from standard and pro, you can, again, download your source code. That can be important if that's something that you want to have, and that way you're not tethered to the platform. And if you want to leave later on, you're already going to be having the code right then and there. This isn't always the case for every no-code platform. Sometimes what you're generating, they can't spit out code, so you can't just take the code and then leave. You can always ask. Another example of a platform that used to allow you to use export your source code, right now it looks like in pricing it's not mentioned explicitly, but you can always ask, is UI Bakery. Now this is a platform where you can build internal tools and workflow automations, and really this is best if you have some experience with JavaScript and you're looking to do this in a low-code way. This is a solution for you. If you look under at pricing, it allows you to see what you're going to be able to do with this app. If we're looking at individual plans, it says unlimited users, one workplace user, you can have embed apps and workflow automations, that's new. If we look at the team version, it says app and data source environments, audit logs, and also you can have workflow automations. So if I'm looking at something like this, I can just pop over here. I can just ask the team from UI Bakery and see if this is an option that I'm allowed to do. That's the key of all of these different platforms. If you go to Softer, Glide, all of those different ones, you can see if you can have access to the source code. If you go down the route of getting your source code, what I would ask before you get there is, do you need it? Why or why not? Now, some just want the security, you don't want to be tethered and don't want to pay a monthly fee. So exporting the source code, that's very important, and that's great. Some of these platforms aren't going to be spitting out code that you can just take with you, and then it's going to be able to work somewhere else. So that's something to consider, but look at the benefits too. If you're going to use something like Softer or Dalo or whatever you decide to do, Bubble, they're already doing all the heavy lifting by having developers keeping all of those things intact and making sure that they're keeping up to date as they're creating new features. So that's already baked into the price that you're paying monthly. So it's just something to consider. In the comment section down below, if you have more questions about what you can and cannot do with no code or low code, let us know. And if you like these kind of videos, we do this every single week.